Once upon a time, in the quiet corners of my heart, I carried a loneliness that weighed more than the sum of my years. I was an adopted child, woven into a family tapestry where my threads didn't quite match the vibrant hues of my new sisters. Their laughter echoed through the halls, while I stood on the outskirts, a silent observer of their shared history. In my 20s, I danced through relationships like a leaf caught in a tempest. Each love story began with promise, but they all ended in the same refrain: fights, tears, and the bitter taste of goodbye. Just when I dared to believe in forever, the universe would unravel our fragile connection, leaving me to pick up the frayed threads of my heart. And so, as my 30s tiptoed in, I made a pact with solitude. I embraced my role as the lone wolf, the one who roamed the forest of life, never settling, never expecting permanence. I'd find companionship for a few fleeting days or weeks, but I never allowed it to root too deeply. Before they could leave me, I'd break it off, severing ties like a sailor cutting ropes to set a drifting boat free. Yet as the calendar pages turned, I found myself questioning my part in this symphony of solitude. Was it destiny or design that kept me apart? Could I change this feeling of aloneness, or was it etched into my soul like ancient runes? My friend, wise in her simplicity, suggested a remedy: a dog. And so, I welcomed a furry companion into my world. A creature with eyes that held galaxies and a heart that beat in sync with mine. She didn't care about my past or my mismatched threads. To her, I was simply a member of her pack, a fellow wanderer seeking warmth by the campfire of companionship. As I watched her chase sunbeams and wag her tail at the moon, I realized something profound. It wasn't the other person who held the key to breaking free from loneliness. It was my own attitude, my belief that I was destined to be a loner. My dog taught me that companionship wasn't about forever. It was about the shared moments, the laughter, the quiet understanding when words failed. And so I walked the forest trails with my faithful companion, no longer fearing the ache of solitude. Happiness wasn't a trick or a secret code. It was the warmth of a wet nose against my palm, the rhythm of paws on fallen leaves, and the way her eyes held the universe within their depths. In the quiet corners of my heart, I found a new story unfolding, one where the lone wolf danced with a starlit companion. And perhaps, just perhaps, this was the true magic, the alchemy of turning loneliness into connection, one paw print at a time. Dear reader, if you ever find yourself tracing the edges of your own solitude, remember that sometimes it's not about finding someone else to complete your story. It's about rewriting the narrative within yourself.